is AJ, for those of you who don't know me, and I am a personal trainer, and I am working on a yacht right now. I've actually been away from my kids over Christmas. I'm working on a yacht. I'm in the middle of the Bahamas. I work for these amazing clients. I generally travel with them. It's a wonderful gig. They're beautiful people, and it's really great because when I'm in my room, I have this unbelievable view. Check it out. I mean, come on. Unbelievable. And so, you know, I'm here today to explain to you why an extended exhale can increase your glute use. Number one, when you slow your breathing down, you're going to increase blood flow to your muscles, and that is making your exercise more effective in general because you're, reduced risk of injury because you're increasing that blood flow, you're warming up the tissue. And also, when you slow the breathing down, just the act of controlling your breathing is working your core. So you're activating more core muscles, you're keeping your back more stable. So you're going to move more from the hip joint versus the lower back, which is the main driver of the gluteus maximus, not the lower back, the hip. So if you stabilize the lower back up here, then the hip down here can move more. And how incredible is that? So today we're going to go through some single leg squatting, or it can be double leg squatting if you're a beginner, and we're going to do it on a long exhale. I like using my little invention, the Abribbon, to connect to the feedback of the ribbon at the base of the ribs to get a full, complete inhale. And then on the long exhale, you're gently going to loosen that ribbon at the base of the ribs as you do your functional movement work, okay? So I'm going to take off my jacket here so you can see what's happening with my core as I do my work. So I'm going to put my ab ribbon on. If you have your ab ribbon, please add it on as well because I can cue you through as we go through the movements. All right. So I put the ab ribbon at the base of the ribs, not lower down, not higher up. I don't want it on the bones of the ribs, but I want it at like up the point where you can feel your inhale and you can feel it loosen on the exhale. So I'm actually going to tighten mine a little, and that's how you know when you pull your belly button in on the exhale, it feels loose, and you can feel that between your skin and the belt. And then when you inhale, you're pushing into it and you're tightening it. That's important for just getting, also recovering the nervous system. Most of us need some level of nervous system recovery because of a variety of reasons, because humans are complex, and we're generally hyperactive in our brain. We're dealing with stresses. It's a lot. If you're in your 40s like me, family, work, all of those things. And so several times over the course of the day, just for a couple of minutes, slowing your breathing down is not only calming your nervous system, but it's also working your core. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start beginner, where I'm going to take an inhale. I'm filling my ribbon. On the exhale, can you do 2 squats on the exhale? Inhale. I already feel my core working like crazy. Now, let's do one more set with 2, and then we'll go to the advanced version if you are an advanced exerciser, and you're going to feel how much that long exhale helps to activate your core and gets your glutes turned on more. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Let's try 3 this time on one continuous exhale. 2, 3. Whew. Now, can we try it with one leg? I think we can. So here, I'm just going to extend one leg out like this. If you want to kickstand the other leg, just so that you're putting more weight on one leg versus the other while we do this exercise, that also completely works, okay? So here, I'm going to do it the advanced way. Let's make sure that I have feedback here. I like using the feedback of a low coffee table or even like a toilet because it gives you a nice height to really get that gluteus maximus turned on. Let's try 2 on the exhale. I think you can do it. Inhale. And loosen the ribbon. Inhale, tighten the ribbon. If you don't have a ribbon, try a bathrobe tie around the base of the ribs. Inhale, tighten. Exhale, loosen. Loosen, inhale. And okay, let's try the same thing on the other side. We have to be balanced, okay? Ooh, I really feel that left glute like crazy. To loosen the ribbon, you can think gently pull your navel to your spine on the exhale. Okay, that's gonna help you get those muscles activated that are helpful if they're activated when you're doing your functional movements like single leg squats and lunges and all that jazz. Okay, so here, let me back this up a little so you can see. Basking in the sunshine of the exumas in Bahamas. It's amazing. Ready? Inhale. Inhale, tighten the ribbon. Inhale. Try this one on a hissing sound just to hold yourself accountable and really get the 2 repetitions on one continuous exhale to successfully work your core and also work your glute more with those increased levels of carbon dioxide when you slow the breathing down. Inhale. One more set of 2 on a hissing sound. Blow with me, breathe with me, sing with me. Ultimately, we're kind of like singing together when we make these sounds together. It's one of the reasons I make the sounds on the exhale. Hiss. Tighten the ribbon, and now loosen it. Oh man, and even making the sounds is like a meditation. You know, it's really interesting. I actually have a lot on my mind right now. I'm actually going through some stuff. And I live in New York City. I actually live in the Bronx. And I have 2 kids. They're almost 7 and 10. I have a husband. They're all amazing. But you know, we go through things as adults, and it is essential to monitor and have tools to help to regulate the nervous system over the course of the day. Truly. Stress can be the foundation of a lot of ills. And just having a breathing routine, even if it's in conjunction with your movement, that's the way I prefer to do it, can be incredibly helpful for increasing activity of that calm half of your nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system. And you're gonna feel that almost instantaneously. Why don't we take a recovery set of squats where we're hissing together? So if you hiss, it's like we're singing together, okay? I want you to make sure to keep that breathing nice and slow on the exhale. And what I want you to try to do on a hissing sound. And this time we're gonna try 3 on the exhale, but we're just gonna do a regular squat. Now I'm gonna get close here with my ribbon. On the inhale, I'm filling the ribbon. Ooh, I just got a nice back release with that inhale. And then on the exhale, check it out. I'm nice and loose. I'm braced in my core. I've used my breathing core muscles to get that ribbon loose over the course of the functional movement, okay? So now I'm working my core. You're working your core. If you don't have an ab ribbon, just imagine there's a ribbon at the base of the ribs. I started this whole thing by tying satin ribbons at the base of my clients' ribs to get them more connected to their core when they were doing functional movements like lunges and core movements, Pilates, crunches, whatever. If you can find those breathing core muscles, you're going to have a stronger core from the inside out, and those are the injury preventative muscles. If you have back pain, give this a try. In fact, this right now, it's only $29 with all of these amazing exercises. So if you search for Abribbon on, I think, Amazon, there's also a Shopify page. Anyway, I'll teach you my breathing method. I'll actually break it down. I do a lot of research with universities nearby, and I do an 8-second exhale with a 2-second inhale. And I do the sounds. I make the sounds on the exhale, because making the sounds on the exhale is incredibly helpful for actually doing an 8-second exhale. You know, it's easy to kid yourself and think that you're doing an extended exhale, but especially in conjunction with movement, it's easy to get lost in the breath. And so I've developed a method for you to help you not get lost in the breath, so you stay in a controlled exhale, and it's the long exhale that's helping to recover your nervous system. So let's do 3 of those on the exhale, 3 squats, okay? If you have a little chair, you can tap your butt on, because it's a lot to think about to do all of this at once, okay? So let's do it on a hissing sound so that you're holding yourself accountable for that exhale, okay? And we're going to tap our butt 3 times. Inhale. Fill the circle. And now exhale. Inhale, fill the circle. Now do it on a shushing sound, like you're an angry librarian. You're shushing someone to be quiet across the room. And it's really the last couple of seconds of that exhale where you really feel those lower abdominal muscles, those like deep breathing core muscles, loosen the ribbon around the waist, which those are the muscles that help to prevent injury. Those are the muscles also that continue that long exhale, that keep you blowing air out so that you're stabilizing your spine and you're also calming your nervous system. So I highly suggest trying out this method. Make sure to follow me because I'm always posting videos on how to do a short inhale and a long exhale in conjunction with functional movements. In fact, I have a bunch of workouts on my YouTube page, and I have a lot of short videos where I go into the science behind this and also teach you how to do it for free because I'm very passionate about you learning this to help strengthen your core and prevent low back pain and all that jazz. So nice spending 12 minutes with you. I'll be in the Bahamas for another week. I'll actually be spending the new year here. So I'm going to be posting little videos and little photos from the Bahamas. I'll try to make them as informative as possible. And if you have any questions, also visit my Abribbon page. That's Abribbon.fitness. And there I have a bunch of explanatory videos, how to breathe using the Abribbon, and how to slow your breathing down in general.